Good morning, everybody. It is a Thursday morning, and hey, it looks like it's going to be another beautiful day here in Lake City. So get out there and enjoy it as much as you can. We don't get many more beautiful days in this winter before it starts getting cold and brutal. So get out there. Anyway, today we are going to jump into chapter 14. We're going to look at verses 1 through 6. And this is the story of Jesus heals the man with dropsy, is what it's called. And dropsy was an abnormal swelling, usually the arms or legs, or it could be your torso, usually caused by either cardiac or liver issues, or most likely kidney problems, because you're not removing the fluid from your tissues, and the fluids are building up. Again, we have to remember this is Luke's gospel, so he's just described this as specifically as a medical condition diagnosed as dropsy. But again, their understanding of medicine certainly and the causes of the various illnesses certainly was not very advanced. Let's put it that way. So, but at any rate, this man has a problem, and it's a problem that's visual problem. It's not something you can see it. It's not like something you can't see. So this is another one of the man with the withered hand, the woman that stooped over, and now we have the man with dropsy that are coming to Jesus and for healing. So this is a short little snippet today. We're just going to look at verses 1 through 6 today, and then we'll deal tomorrow with not sure exactly how far I'll go tomorrow. We'll see. I got to decide that here in a little bit. So let's dive into the Jesus, another healing on the Sabbath again. On one occasion, when Jesus was going to the house of a leader of the Pharisees to eat a meal on the Sabbath, they were watching him closely. Just then, in front of him, there was a man who had dropsy. And Jesus asked the lawyers and Pharisees, "Is it lawful to cure people on the Sabbath or not?" But they were silent. So Jesus took him and healed him and sent him away. Then he said to them, "If one of you has a child or an oxen that has fallen into a well, will you not immediately pull it out on a Sabbath day?" And they could not reply to this. Okay. First of all, sometimes there's malicious intent sometimes given to this. Sometimes people try to paint this as Jesus is already at the Pharisees' house, and they bring in this guy with dropsy like they're bringing it in to see what he's going to do. Well, if you read it, though, it says he's going to the house. It doesn't say he's at the house. He's going there. And as they're going, they're watching him to see what he's doing. They are indeed watching him to see what he's doing. But you can be watching people to go, aha, or you can be watching them to go, and learn, right? So let's not immediately assign malicious intent to the Pharisees, because remember yesterday the Pharisees are the ones that came and warned him about Herod's going to get you, okay? And so there are some factions of the Pharisees that are more receptive. And the interesting part about this is possible that this wasn't a case where they were like, aha, we got to get this guy because he's healing on Sabbath. But rather they're going, maybe we learned something. They could not reply to this, it says at the end. Maybe Jesus has got a point here. So let's not immediately make this leader of the synagogue here out to be a bad guy, okay? So Jesus is going along. It's a Sabbath again. He on the way there again. It doesn't say that they're already at the house. He's on his way to go eat the meal. They've invited him, obviously, to come and eat with them, so they must be interested. Sometimes people are, again, they're trying to assign malicious intent to him, like they're out to trap him. Entrapment, they even call it. Some commentators. I think that said it all, folks. Let's give these guys some credit. They've invited Jesus to come and eat with them, to pick his brain, perhaps. Let's give Jesus, or the Pharisees rather, the benefit of the doubt. And on the way, they come to this guy. And it's obvious he's got a problem. Dropsy, he's got swelling, and maybe his arms or his legs are huge, and it's obvious he's got a problem. And Jesus says, is it illegal to heal on the Sabbath? Well, yes, it is actually. Now the Pharisees have brought up again those fences, those perimeters around the law to make sure you don't accidentally break the law. So this is one of those things where they're and in Orthodox Judaism, they still do that. They still have the fences. They assign how far you can walk on a day. You can't drive a car because that's work, but you can walk a mile, I think it is, So that's not work. You know, driving a car a mile to me is much less work than walking a mile. You got to burn a lot more calories. Let's put it that way. So, from a pragmatic standpoint, it makes no sense. But this is the fences they built. It kind of reminds you of some of the stuff we're doing with the COVID, but I won't get into that for fear of getting someone upset with me. But there's some crazy things like that. The Jews would have people, the Gentile people, hired to come in and start the cooking fires or the fires to warm themselves. Not that you can't cook on the Sabbath, for pity's sakes, to warm themselves with. You know, the fires in the fireplace. And of course, like when we were in Israel, on the Sabbath, all of the people waiting on you were either Christians or Muslims. Okay, those people worked on the Sabbath day because the Jewish people, the staff wasn't there. The Jewish staff was not there. That just didn't happen. And the foods were all foods that were prepared before the day was done. So it was you didn't have people cooking things per se. It was pre-prepared. There we go. Pre-prepared foods. But here, so we have this healing of this man with the dropsy, which brings one to kind of scratch one's head and wonder, how did that go about? This is fluid. Did it all of a sudden come rushing out of his skin, or what happened? Or, the kidneys have to remove that stuff. So it's kind of like, that's a real miracle in itself, right? It just vaporized, disappeared into the ether of time and space. So from a analytical standpoint, you go, how exactly did that work, Jesus? Any rate, but here I think let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Jesus is testing them. Is it lawful to cure yourself? Of course it is. And then they don't reply to this because they're going, possibly they're upset, but there's also the possibility they're going, you're right. We just learned something. Thank you, teacher. We just learned something. It's never a bad time, no matter what day of the week it is, to help someone, to love someone, to care for someone. That's, I think, the message of Jesus. And I think the Pharisees are learning it, at least some of them. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Have a very blessed day, and as always, please be a blessing to someone today. Talk to you. Oh, don't forget, today's Thursday, so we have drive-through communion. If you're here in Lake City, come on by, see me, 5 to 5:30. All right? Bye-bye. See you later.